You have practiced scoring the IKAN Part 1 and determined whether the student demonstrates proficiency with the number knowledge associated with stages 0 through 3 of development. If the student did not demonstrate complete proficiency on the IKAN Part 1, you will need to continue to work on those skills at the level indicated by the IKAN Part 1. If the student's GLOSS strategy is stage 4 or higher, it will also be helpful to administer the IKAN Part 2. If the student demonstrated complete proficiency on the IKAN Part 1, the student will continue with the IKAN Part 2 assessment. The IKAN Part 2 assesses knowledge from 4 domains: number sequence and order, fractions, place value, and basic facts. The assessment gives tasks for each domain for each of the stages. Stage 8 does not include tasks for number sequence and order, as students have fully mastered that domain by that point. The IKAN Part 2 assessment can be administered in a group setting. Each student records their answers on a recording sheet. The assessment is delivered by playing a video that provides the tasks. The video times out the task administration so that the assessment can measure students' fluency with the content. This assessment is a measure of what students know rather than what they can figure out by doing work. This is why it is a timed assessment. To accurately measure fluency, students will not use written work or manipulatives to figure out the answers. The video for the tasks associated with each stage is approximately 1 minute long. It is possible that students with specific instructional needs will need a longer period of time to process the IKAN Part 2 assessment tasks and produce an answer. In these cases, using the video to pace the delivery of the tasks may not be the best choice. You may choose to pause the video between tasks to allow the student longer processing time. In addition, you may repeat the task prompt if the student requests. It is important that you observe the student carefully during this time. If the student is using the longer time to figure out the answers rather than retrieve knowledge, he or she is not fluent, and fluency should not be documented. The state of Georgia houses the resources for IKAN Part 2 in the Desmos platform. We can still access the videos without creating a Desmos login. To access the IKAN videos, click on the IKAN Part 2 link on the Georgia Numeracy Project page. When you have opened the Desmos page, click on the title of the assessment. The videos are in the second slide of the Desmos activity. You can play them for students from this screen.